Learning a new language can be an exciting journey, and mastering English opens up a world of opportunities. But sometimes, traditional methods can feel a bit tedious. What if I told you there's a fun and effective way to improve your English skills anytime, anywhere? Welcome to the world of podcasts. Podcasts are like portable audio lessons ready to accompany you on your daily commute, during your workout, or while you relax at home. They offer a fantastic way to immerse yourself in the English language, improve your listening comprehension, and expand your vocabulary. The best part? You can learn at your own pace and choose topics that genuinely interest you. Whether you're a beginner just starting your English language journey or an intermediate learner aiming to refine your skills, podcasts can be incredibly valuable. So, grab your headphones, choose a podcast that piques your interest, and let's embark on this exciting adventure of mastering English together. This could be your daily dose of English learning, fun, engaging, and effective. Listening is the cornerstone of language acquisition. Think about it. As babies, we learn to speak by listening to those around us. Podcasts provide a similar immersive experience, allowing you to train your ear to the rhythm and intonation of English. When you listen to podcasts, pay close attention to the pronunciation of words, the rise and fall of sentences, and how words are used in different contexts. Don't worry about understanding every single word initially. Focus on grasping the overall meaning, and gradually work your way towards understanding the nuances. Think of it like exercising a muscle. The more you listen to English, the stronger your listening comprehension becomes. Over time, you'll notice yourself effortlessly understanding conversations and picking up on subtleties you might have missed before. Find podcasts with clear audio and engaging hosts to make your listening practice enjoyable and effective. Expanding your vocabulary is like adding new colors to your linguistic palette. Podcasts are treasure troves of new words and expressions, presented in a natural and engaging context. Instead of memorizing lists of isolated words, podcasts allow you to learn vocabulary organically. When you hear a new word or phrase, try to guess its meaning from the surrounding words and sentences. This context-based learning is far more effective than rote memorization. Don't hesitate to jot down unfamiliar words and look them up later. Use a dictionary app or an online dictionary to get definitions, example sentences, and even hear the pronunciation. As you encounter these words again in different podcasts, your confidence in using them will grow. Keep a vocabulary notebook handy to jot down new words and their meanings while listening to podcasts. One of the most significant advantages of podcasts for language learning is the opportunity they provide for conversation practice, even if it's just you and the podcast host. Many podcasts are conversational in nature, featuring dialogues, interviews, or storytelling. As you listen, try to speak along with the hosts, imitating their pronunciation and intonation. This might feel a bit strange initially, but it's an incredibly effective way to improve your fluency and confidence. If the podcast includes questions or prompts, pause the recording and answer them aloud. Imagine you're having a conversation with the host and respond naturally. This active participation transforms passive listening into an interactive learning experience. Record yourself speaking English to track your progress and identify areas for improvement. Section 5. Active listening. The key to unlocking fluency. Simply hearing the words isn't enough to master a language. Active listening is crucial for truly internalizing new vocabulary and grammatical structures. When listening to a podcast, engage with the content actively. Don't just let the words wash over you. Instead, ask yourself questions about what you're hearing. What is the main idea? Who are the speakers? What is their perspective? Take notes if it helps you focus. Jot down key points, interesting vocabulary, or questions that pop into your mind. This active engagement transforms listening from a passive activity into a dynamic learning experience. Engage actively with the podcast content. Take notes, summarize key points, and ask yourself questions. Section 6. Speak up, don't just listen, talk back. Remember, language is a two-way street involving both understanding and speaking. So, don't be afraid to talk back to the podcast hosts. When you hear an interesting point or a thought-provoking question, pause the recording and share your own thoughts aloud. Imagine you're part of the conversation and contribute your perspective. Even if you're unsure about your grammar or pronunciation, don't let that hold you back. The more you practice speaking, the more confident and fluent you'll become. Remember, Every language learner starts somewhere, and making mistakes is an integral part of the learning process. Don't be afraid to talk back to the podcast. Share your thoughts and opinions aloud, even if it's just to yourself. Section 7, Record and Review, your path to perfect pronunciation. One of the most valuable techniques for improving your pronunciation is to record yourself speaking and then listen back to the recording. This might feel a bit awkward initially, but it's incredibly revealing and effective. Choose a short segment from a podcast and try to read it aloud, imitating the host's pronunciation and intonation as closely as possible. Record yourself doing this a few times. Then, listen back to the recordings and pay attention to areas where your pronunciation differs from the host's. Focus on individual sounds, word stress, and the overall rhythm of your speech. With practice, you'll start to notice significant improvements in your pronunciation and fluency. Recording yourself speaking English allows you to identify areas for improvement and track your progress over time. Section 8. Finding the right fit. Choosing the perfect podcast. With thousands of podcasts available, finding the right ones for your English learning journey might seem overwhelming. The key is to choose podcasts that align with your interests and learning goals. If you're a beginner, start with podcasts specifically designed for English learners. These podcasts often use simpler language, speak at a slower pace, and provide explanations of vocabulary and grammar. As your listening skills improve, explore podcasts on topics that genuinely interest you, whether it's science, history, current events, or pop culture. The key is to choose podcasts that you'll enjoy listening to, as this will make the learning process more engaging and sustainable. Explore different genres and formats to find podcasts that match your interests and learning goals. Section 9. Consistency is key. Make podcasts a habit. Like any skill, mastering English requires consistent effort and practice. The beauty of podcasts is that they make it easy to incorporate language learning into your daily routine. Set aside a specific time each day for podcast listening, even if it's just for 15 to 20 minutes. Consistency is more important than duration. Make it a habit, like brushing your teeth or having your morning coffee. Remember, learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and enjoy the journey. With dedication and the power of podcasts, you'll be amazed at how far you can go on your English learning adventure. Make podcasts a part of your daily routine and enjoy the journey of mastering English.